Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the weekly press briefing of the Foreign Office. Let me begin today's briefing by strongly condemning yesterday's terrorist attack in Quetta. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of the martyred and wish quick recovery to those injured. Pakistan has made countless sacrifices in its fight against terrorism. We believe that such cowardly acts cannot shake our resolve to resolutely fight the scourge of terrorism. Thorough investigations from all angles are being carried out into the Quetta blast. Pakistan will pursue perpetrators of this heinous act and will bring them to justice. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi paid an official visit to the United Arab Emirates from 17th to 19th April 2021. This was his second visit to the UAE during the past 5 months. The visit coincided with the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Pakistan and the United Arab Emirates. During the visit, Foreign Minister met with his counterpart, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. He also met with the UAE's Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence, who is also the Commissioner General of Expo 2020, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and other dignitaries. The Foreign Minister's other engagements included interaction with the business leaders, members of the Pakistan Business Council, local and international media, and members of the Pakistani diaspora. The two foreign ministers discussed the entire gamut of bilateral relations and ways to further enhance bilateral cooperation in diverse areas including trade, investment, infrastructure, energy, technology, tourism, and manpower. In addition, future strategies to provide fresh impetus to existing Pakistan-UAE ties were also discussed. Highlighting the positive role of Pakistani expatriates in the UAE's economic development, Foreign Minister Qureshi emphasized the need for further strengthening people-to-people linkages as well as removing impediments that hamper travel between the two countries. Both sides also exchanged views on regional and global issues, including the human rights situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and the ongoing peace and reconciliation process in Afghanistan. Foreign Minister Qureshi reiterated his invitation to Foreign Minister Abdullah to visit Pakistan, which he graciously accepted. As we speak, Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi is undertaking a 3-day official visit to Iran on the invitation of his Iranian counterpart. As part of his official engagements, the Foreign Minister called on Iranian President Dr. Hassan Rouhani and Speaker of the Parliament Mohammad Baqir. He also held delegation-level talks with Foreign Minister Jawad Zarif. During the Foreign Minister's meeting with President Rouhani, ways to strengthen bilateral ties in diverse fields with a focus on economic cooperation and development as envisioned by Prime Minister Imran Khan were discussed. Foreign Minister thanked President Rouhani for his support for Prime Minister Imran Khan's initiative to establish border markets and opening of international border crossing point at Mand Pishin. The two leaders also discussed the situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and the rising Islamophobia trends. During the Foreign Minister's meeting with the Speaker of the Iranian Parliament, the two sides discussed Pakistan-Iran bilateral relations, ways to promote existing ties, and to utilize parliamentary exchanges to develop common understanding on issues of mutual interest. During the delegation-level talks between the two foreign ministers, views were exchanged on a range of bilateral as well as regional issues. A memorandum of understanding between the two sides on establishment of border sustenance marketplaces was also signed during the visit. Both leaders appreciated the opening of Mand Pishin border crossing points, which besides enhancing trade, travel and people-to-people contacts would also facilitate movement of Zaireen from Pakistan to Iran. Taking stock of the regional situation, Foreign Minister Qureshi appreciated Iran's consistent support to the Kashmiris and its contribution towards the Afghan peace process. It was also agreed that the two countries would continue to collaborate closely to counter the trend of Islamophobia. Foreign Minister Qureshi's visit to Iran is part of the regular high-level exchanges between the two brotherly countries. Foreign Minister Qureshi received a call from his Afghan counterpart Hanif Atmar on 18 April 2021. During the call, the two foreign ministers discussed the latest developments in the Afghan peace process and ways to further strengthen bilateral relations and cooperation. Highlighting Pakistan's abiding interest in a peaceful, secure and stable Afghanistan, Foreign Minister Qureshi underscored Pakistan's consistent policy to facilitate the ongoing Afghan peace process. He hoped that Afghan parties would work constructively to achieve shared objectives of a peaceful, stable and prosperous Afghanistan. With a view to continue close consultations between the two sides, the Foreign Minister invited his Afghan counterpart to visit Pakistan, which he accepted. Pakistan has secured the membership of 3 key United Nations bodies in the recent elections held at the Economic and Social Council, which is one of the principal organs of the United Nations. The 3 bodies include Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice, Commission on the Status of Women, and Commission on Population and Development. These commissions play a pivotal role in enhancing international cooperation on various social and economic issues. Pakistan's simultaneous election to these 3 important commissions is a reflection of the international community's confidence in Pakistan's active role and constructive contributions at the United Nations. Now, coming to the situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, we remain concerned over the grave human rights situation in IIOJK. The military siege, extrajudicial killings, incarceration of Kashmiri leadership, and unprecedented restrictions on the fundamental freedoms of the Kashmiri people continue this day. According to the latest report by the concerned group of citizens, since Indian illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August 2019, the pervasive sense of fear, humiliation, and hopelessness among the Kashmiri people and anti-India sentiments in the valley has increased manifolds. The report noted with concern the double lockdown under which Kashmiris are being pushed to live. It further added that the recent actions by the Indian central government are being viewed by the Kashmiris as an attempt to diminish their political entities and shrinking their democratic political space. The latest letter by UN Special Rapporteurs also expressed serious concerns on the domicile laws, which the rapporteurs point that have posed a threat to the linguistic, cultural, and religious rights of the communities living in Kashmir, including Muslims, Dogras, Sikhs, and others. Pakistan has repeatedly underlined that the illegal demographic changes being undertaken in IIOJK, including the domicile rules, are in clear violation of the UN Security Council resolutions, the UN Charter, and international law, including the 4th Geneva Convention. There is an immediate need to check India's implementation of an elaborate strategy of military occupation, land confiscation, influx of non-Kashmiris, and creation of alien settlements in IIOJK. The international community must use all tools at its disposal to urge India to rescind its illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August 2019 and to end its gross and systematic human rights violations in IIOJK. I thank you and I'm happy to take questions on these or other foreign policy related developments.